badge. 2 badge. Billion time.
Hi guys, and welcome to Game Over's review/discussion of Daredevil Series 2. I'm Dan, and I'm with Aaron today.
Hello, hello.
So first up, did we like it?
Yes, I thought it was on par with Season 1. You?
See, I don't agree. I've seen a lot of stuff online saying that it was much better, but I thought the first series was a lot more enjoyable for me.
Yes and no. I believe Vincent D'Onofrio's portrayal of Wilson Fisk in Season 1 is solid. He was made for that part.
It made the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas Season 2, gentleman who played the Punisher and the lady who played Elektra were good. But once again, as you see as the series goes on, Vincent D'Onofrio will go, hey guys, I run this show, and upstage them once again.
Yeah.
And I believe that played a big part in everybody going, Season 2 is better, when in actual fact, no, you're wrong. It was good. Season 2 trying to do a lot of things, introducing the Hand, which implies a lot of stuff from Japan. Marvel's universe has a lot of people going on in that area. Madam Chow?
I can't remember her name.
Madam Opium Dealer.
Yeah.
Raises her head again, and she's still playing in there. And then you've got, pretty much from episodes 1 to 5, the Punisher takes the forefront, and he canes it. He does it really well, shows up, shotgun, people die, people aren't happy. But then, at the end of episode 5, Elektra's like, yeah, I'm in the series for reasons, because Black Sky, which we fully don't understand and still don't, but there's a giant vase. So there's a lot going on. And I believe with the 13 episodes?
Yeah.
13 hours to do all of this. They did a really good job.
My main issue with the series was that they tried to do far too much. The strength of the first series was that it was just Daredevil versus Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
And now that we've got so much pissing about in this, obviously, Punisher storyline is great. Elektra one, I can see what they're doing. I thought it was a little tacky at points.
Yeah,
and
she
then
felt like a little baby girl, if you know what I mean.
And I personally didn't believe her as a character, whereas I believed Wilson Fisk.
I was waiting for that betrayal.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for that, and then it kind of came, but it didn't. Like, oh.
Well, that was it. And I think also Series 2 felt a lot more superhero-y, if you get me. I don't know if it's just the costumes, because I think I've spoken before on these videos of how the costume of Daredevil annoys me.
I think it's just ninjas. Like, it didn't have a... Daredevil has never had that martial arts film feel that I believe, in the long run, Netflix is obviously chucking money at this because Season 1 did very well. And we can see that in Season 2 because it gets paid in napalm. But one thing I always think Daredevil does not very well is its choreography and camera work. And I understand that nobody's bankrolling this, just Netflix is. And Marvel's probably giving them like pogs or something.
Pez machines.
Yeah, just Pez dispensers. It's somebody will chuck a punch and it'll literally be like 30 centimeters away, and you totally knew like the camera was going to snap, so it looked like it hit and he was going to do the effect. But it looked like it's like the cameraman's like working in slow motion, but everybody's going at actual speed, where he's just going. And even though the fight scenes in Season 2 are really good, like they're a grand scale, but I'm just sat there going, I was thinking a bit more Born Supremacy type scale, like.
Well, they're too big, aren't they? And
yeah, it's like
it just become a bit of a farce because if depending on which order you watch our videos,
like, you could have not paid those 6 extras and then just paid for better choreography.
Well, exactly that, and because there's such a vast number, you lose the sense of actually being there. Again, I'm going to go back to Series 1. All the fights you felt were necessary. They were small enough scale so you could really feel the kind of meat of it. Whereas this one, they've got, we're being told, oh, here are 50 ninjas, they're so dangerous, and then they're going to go, wah, 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 and beat the shit out of all of them, no problem, everything's easy.
Yeah.
It just, for me, it really devalued it. No,
yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that.
Yes, it's the fact that in season 1 and 2, we feel that Daredevil is definitely human.
Yeah.
Superhuman, but still a human. Whereas I get the feeling like Jessica Jones, good series, watch it. That series felt more human than Daredevil does, even though she's like
certainly
super powered
now, yeah.
and she can jump high as hell. Because she was literally powerless against the Purple Man, so therefore she can have all the super strength or jump to the moon if she wants to, but she can't do anything. Whereas Daredevil in this one, he doesn't really have a bad guy. The bad guy is the Hand, and the Hand is an organization. The Hand has a head, but the head is headless now.
Nice.
He's just versing endless waves, and that kind of takes away from it because he takes out the Punisher too early in the series, in my opinion. But I didn't write this. And I believe the Punisher kind of goes off in his own story, whereas I believe Daredevil should always be about Matt Murdock, and Hell's Kitchen should be perceived through his eyes. Because the whole argument of season 2 is the Punisher right? Is he just? He is Rorschach. He is the extreme on all the levels. Whereas you just get the feeling they become two separate entities. Because the question is, Reg, you're one bad day away from becoming me.
Yeah, that's a lovely line.
And that question's excellent line. Yeah, good scene. That question's kind of answered by the end of like episode 5. Like, there's never that. Are you going to go to the dark side? No, father. Give me my arm back.
Well, here's something I was thinking about this morning. We get all this argument of basically Daredevil going, "Oh no, you just can't kill people, man," to Punisher going, "Shut up, that's the only way to deal with it." But you never see any kind of consequence of either of them being wrong. At the court, the trial of the Punisher, one guy goes, "You killed my dad, yeah, but he was a twat." We see that. But for example, there's no scene in which Daredevil specifically doesn't kill a person who then would come back to haunt them later and he would question his decision.
Yeah.
We really needed something like that. Otherwise, it's such a pointless debate.
Yeah, because you've got the whole scene with insert arms dealer here, where he's like, I'll be out of prison in like a day or a month. And that's totally true. But we never see that effect on Matt. Like, we see Matt Murdock slowly, like, degrading and, like, getting more annoying, like, going to lose it. But then Elektra steps in and we have flashbacks of, like, getting pissed in, like, expensive houses.
Yeah. I mean, that was okay, but I think that should have been another series entirely. Let's deal with the things on a smaller scale that we can grasp and we can feel the humanity of, not just this is so big I feel detached from it.
Yeah, I believe like Netflix made season 1. I believe like Marvel were like, yeah, go for it, give it a try. If it works, it works. Mm-hmm. And I believe Marvel's like got in on season 2 and, hey guys, we need to introduce the Punisher, Elektra. We need to have a trailer for Luke Cage at the end. Watch it. Yeah, trailer for Luke Cage. Don't know why he needs his own series. And I believe Marvel are planning to implement the TV universe into the 12A movies at one point.
But why?
We're going back to our rating with the fact that they should have their own bubbles. Like, Hell's Kitchen will never show up in the 12A universe.
No.
Because
it's not big enough.
Yeah, anyway. It's too grotty. Like, it's in the centre of bloody New York, which is where all the movies are, but it should never just jump in. And I believe, like, you're going to get, like, a new Avengers TV series, or they're going to, Jessica Jones and people are going to step in.
They're kind of, for want of a better term, tackifying it. Now, all the suits, even I thought actually the dialogue took a bit of a dive this series. But I know we mentioned this very briefly before we did this video. Let's talk about Foggy. Oh my god.
You're bankrupting the company, well, the law firm. And in this one, he stops becoming like the sense of reason, becomes the sense of like Crazy Frog, and just like, you're annoying, Foggy. Like, it literally is every episode, or more than once every episode.
He's just whiny.
Yeah.
He plays the Skylar role from Breaking Bad. It's like, he would just
there's no swimming pools in Hell's Kitchen, man. You can't just walk away. Whereas season 1, it was once every 2-3 episodes. He's just there to be Foggy. In season 2, was he pointless? I don't
think he personally advanced the plot a great deal, which is another kind of gripe I had with this series, that it's only for about 5 seconds in a very contrived manner at the very end where all the storylines collide.
Yeah.
You know, there was no kind of sense of that happening before. I mean, I felt it was quite predictable, but that's only because, you know, we would have seen similar things to this before.
Yeah.
But you never get a sense of, he's doing that because it's going to come. No,
Yeah.
just at the end, the Punisher randomly turns up as a Deus Ex Machina, and that's it.
Snipes
Save
people.
the day. I mean, I thought it was a poor ending,
Then
personally.
Yeah, it felt like. Yeah, it felt like somebody came to the office and said, "Guys, episode 13, got to end it now." And everybody's like, "Shit, we're only a 13 episode series. We're not a 24."
I think that's an excellent point.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, the defining characteristics of this series was just trying to do too much.
Yeah.
No focus.
It's weird because it isn't a bad series, and
No.
it's definitely one of those things that you go, "Sorry, this time next year I'll give it a rewatch. I'll watch Daredevil again," because Netflix originals are setting a precedent for streaming sites making their own original content, just different characters.
To round off the video, where's it going next series? Because we've had this kind of this split between Matt and Foggy. We've had this weird relationship between Cameron and Matt, which has just gone nowhere in the end.
That needs to
That was
just end.
because I thought her and Foggy were getting close together in the last series, and they just completely ignored that.
They totally did.
And then she went, "Actually, no, Matt's a lot more attractive than you, so I fancy him
He
now."
totally got cock-blocked in like the first 2 episodes. Didn't he?
Exactly
He was
that.
like, "Is this a thing?" I was like, "Yeah, that's a thing, man." Elektra will become the leader of the Hand. Comic-wise, she is. So it's going to happen in the long run. That's some type of this Viz Baz. It's some type of Lazarus pit, like Ra's al Ghul style from DC. I'm assuming. So we've got that. Styx still alive somehow. Enemy-wise, Wilson Fisk is digging into his background, isn't he?
I do hope he comes back as a villain. I really do. He's just the most.
He owns the
compelling.
box. He owns the big box. And it's the fact that he asked for all the files on Matt Murdock. And
Ominous, certainly.
yeah, that secret identity isn't going to be secret for very long, man.
No.
I reckon there's going to be like a Hell Kitchen event that's going to affect Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, and that's going to be like phase 2 of Netflix original. I
Like
think that'd be good.
Supernatural 9/11.
Yeah, your dad's kind of alive, dead alive. I hate Supernatural. But yeah, that's basically Netflix's season 2 Daredevil in a really weirdly shaped, deformed nutshell.
Cracking. So the conclusion is, watch it, but I'd say don't expect too much.
I'd say the opposite. Watch it, love it. Don't compare it to season 1, because it'll never be that good.
And I suppose that's where my downfall came from, expecting too much. But anyway, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching and listening.
Sweet.